Good day, everybody. Today we're going to be making beef Chipotle chili. So let's get started. You're going to be needing 3/4 cup of dried pinto beans, and then you're going to want to put your pinto beans in a container. But first, you're going to want to sort through your beans and discard any bad beans that you may have amongst them. And then you're going to want to put them in a container. And then you're going to want to cover your pinto beans with water, and we're going to want them to soak overnight. And then you're going to want to drain them and then discard that water that they've been soaking in. And then what we have here is our rehydrated pinto beans that we are now going to be cooking in a minute. But first we're going to be going through the ingredients that we all need. So I already told you that we're going to be needing 3/4 cup of our pinto beans. You're going to be needing 1.5 cups of water. You're going to be needing 1 pound of beef brisket. I already went ahead and I cut mine up. I have it all cubed up right here. And then you're going to be needing 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, 1 tablespoon of our olive oil, and then you're going to be needing 1/2 cup of chopped onion. I already went ahead and did that right here. And then what I don't have on the table, but I already went ahead and I have it chopped up, is some red pepper, and that would be 1/4 of a cup. And then I have 1.5 cups of our crushed tomatoes. And then you're going to be needing 1 tablespoon and 1 teaspoon of chopped Chipotle peppers. And then you're going to be needing 1 tablespoon of lime juice. So with that all being said, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start doing what we need to do. So let me get ready for that. Okay, I'm going to be using my Ball Fresh Tech jam and jelly maker to help me with making my beef Chipotle chili. So we're going to take our drained and rinsed pinto beans. We're going to go ahead, evenly put them on the bottom of our jam and jelly maker. Go ahead, add 1.5 cups of water. Come over here, push your jelly button on, and go ahead and push. We're going to increase it. We'll cook them for about 30 minutes, so go ahead and push enter. And while that's doing its little magic there, put your cover back on and go ahead, grab your brisket here. We're going to go over to our cast iron pan that we have a little bit of olive oil drizzled down in the bottom, and we're just going to brown up the little cubes of brisket. You just want to brown up the meat. You don't want to cook it, we just want to brown it. Okay, I just took off the brisket, and now you're going to want to take your onion and your pepper, and you're going to want to cook them up for 5 minutes in the cast iron pan. And here are the peppers in the pan. Basically what you want to do is we're sauteing them. We're getting them to be almost translucent. Okay, you're going to want to add the brisket and any of the juices that may have accumulated in your container back into the cast iron pan. Now I have a few more minutes left on the pinto beans while they're cooking and getting nice and tender. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to turn the fire down on low in the pan here while we're waiting on my pinto beans. And as soon as my pinto beans are done, I'm going to sit there, take them over to the sink. I'm going to re-drain them, and then I'll be adding them to the pan here. Okay, I went ahead and I added the crushed tomato. Now I'm going to be adding our salt and pepper. And just stir that in, and we're going to be draining the beans. Okay, I went ahead and I drained our pinto beans. Go ahead, return them back. And then you're also going to want to return your beef brisket and our tomato back to this pan. I gotta grab some pot holders, so I'll be right back. Alright, I went ahead and I put our cooked beef cubes in there, and I put our crushed tomato in here. And now we're going to be adding the last bit of our ingredients, which would be, we have the Chipotle peppers here that I've already cut up roughly. So go ahead, add them all in. Get all that good sauce and everything too that came with them. Add that too with it. And kind of, spread it all out as you will. I know I just dumped it in one spot, but you really shouldn't do that. You should spread it out just like I just did right now. And then we're going to be needing 1 tablespoon of lime juice.
You don't know where that is.
Okay, I put everything all back in here as you saw. Now we're gonna turn on the Fresh Tech jam and jelly maker, and we're gonna push the jam button on, and we're gonna decrease it to 10 minutes. Go ahead, come up here, remove your spoon, push enter, and we're gonna sit there and let this simmer and cook for 10 minutes, and then we're ready to put it into a jar. So in 10 minutes we'll be back. Okay, it's time for us to ladle it into our jars. You're gonna want to leave 1 inch headspace. And go ahead and let's remove the stirring arm. Okay. I put a little bit too much, so let me get a spoon. Now before I go ahead and ladle it into my other jars, I just want to show you there's a couple of rings on each of these jars. So when I'm going for 1-inch headspace, you want to go for this bottom ring. That would be your 1-inch headspace. So I'm going to go ahead and just remove some. Just a little bit more. I think I moved a little tad too much. Take your debubbler. Go ahead, debubble. And we can just add a little bit more. There you go. Let's go ahead, debubble again.